Yeah, great start from Billy Edwards. The Welsh won 5 bronze medals last time around in Scotland's Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, so hoping to at least match that and perhaps upgrade some of those bronze into more precious metals. So a great start indeed for the Welsh this morning. Now, of the 10 men's categories, 3 of them got underway today, and we're moving up into the welterweight division. And we're going to see a Scot. He is 20-year-old Stephen Newns, and he is the reigning Scottish champion. He's got a tough one, you fancy, against this fella, John Moleni of Tonga, as we head back to Big Ron and Richie.
So we're into the second round then, in this battle between national champions. Moleni, the Tongan representative, wearing blue, took the national title at 64-kilogram light welterweight back in 2016. Newns comes in as the reigning 3-time Scottish national champion. Took the senior welterweight title last year, adding to the junior title he won at 60 kilograms back in 2014, and a schoolboy crown down at 42 kilograms in 2011. Took the British title in the junior ranks in that same year in 2014. But again, the styles of both boxers clear as Moleni just reinserts that mouthpiece, but he keeps on marauding his way forwards. Newns trying to walk him onto that stiff left jab.
Slower pace certainly suits Newns. He can keep the distance, he can see the attacks coming. Moleni, again, he's got to up the tempo a little bit and get on that front foot and force the pace and pressure and try and get inside the longer reach of his opponents. But I think it's a better start to the round from Newns. He seems to be controlling the pace a little bit better.
Newns just settling into his work now. Made the man in blue fall short, but his own jab was short of the mark as well. First Commonwealth Games for both of these boxers. I saw Newns at the World Junior Championships in St. Petersburg back in 2016, where he lost to Mo Akbar in the second preliminary round. And this is where the man in blue wants it.
Yeah, that's where Moleni needs to get Newns on those ropes, where Newns' feet come square, and then he's a lot more open. He can switch the attack to the body, but he just seems to have put a lot into that first round, I think, Moleni, and he's feeling the pace a little bit here. He's got to readjust again, and just as I say that, he sends over a cracking right hand.
That was a beautiful shot, but Newns has absorbed it well, but you can see both men breathing through open mouths now. And in the closing 40 seconds or so, Moleni just seems to have woken up, because he's trying to force the pace and increase the tempo and draw Newns in to punching at mid-range. Newns trying to keep him off.
Yeah, up until this stage, Newns has controlled the pace and distance well. Moleni seems to have got a second win now, and he's drawn Newns in a little bit, and he's ending the round strongly. But I think the better work's come from the man in red up to this point anyway.
Counter right hand from Moleni was a nice shot, and a hard right hand to the sternum, to the chest of Newns. Whipping right uppercut from Newns wasn't too far away. So into the third and final round then, both men sprint out to center ring to get this final stanza underway. And it's Newns looking to establish his straight shots out of that wide-legged stance to keep the more compact operator from Tonga on the end of those punches. It was the shorter boxer who's having success with the lead left hand, first to the body, then to the head. And at this type of distance, this is where he wants to work away, but it's Newns who fought his way out of there.
Good start to the round again from Newns, holding his ground and waiting for Moleni to come into range, but just being drawn in a little bit here. And that will bring Moleni into it. When you're boxing someone like Moleni, you're concentrating on straight punches, Ronald. You've got to hit the target. If you miss and then you fall into your opponent, that's when Moleni will come into it. So Newns has got to be accurate here.
Well, Newns happy to give up his advantages in height and length and reach and engage Moleni at a distance you would assume would prefer him, but he's forcing the man in blue backwards, and he's happy to engage in a firefight, but he did get caught by a good right hand over the top there. This one becoming attritional now, approaching the midpoint as Newns has success with bent arm work. Good right hand over the top from Moleni, and he gets back onto the front foot. Newns, from a fighting family, his father represented Scotland in the vest in the amateur ranks. And here he is on the stage of the Commonwealth Games doing the same thing.
Coming down to now who wants it most, and I think Newns has shown a lot of grit here. A lot of determination against a dangerous opponent, but Newns is certainly rising to it. And now the crowd are getting involved. Cracking contest, this one.
And it's increasingly being fought at this type of distance. Flurry of punches let go from Newns. Right hand was an effective shot on a resumption from the man in red.
Again, Ronald, I think Newns is he's wanting it a little bit more for me here. His work's a little bit better. Moleni's always in it though. He's coming forward, forcing the contest, but Newns for me has worked a little bit harder in this round, and that might just be the difference in this round.
Oh, there's the 10-second clapper. The closing stages of this 69-kilogram welterweight bout. And both men punching right up until the final bell. A cracking contest between men from Scotland and Tonga. There's the trace of blood around the mouth of Newns, perhaps reddening around the right eye, but he competed right up until the very end, dug deep to ensure that he maintained the tempo as well as he could throughout the 3 minutes.
Great last round, I thought, from both boxers, but Newns for me just worked probably a little bit harder. Moleni always coming forward, always in it. But I thought Newns just boxed a little bit better and just caught Moleni as he was coming forward and just raised the tempo. Might just be enough. Let's see how this one goes, but a cracker, a real good entertaining contest.
5 judges at ringside, all 5 of their scorecards will be used. That's an adjustment since Rio 2016. If you haven't seen any Olympic style boxing since that time, 5 judges' scores now taken into consideration. Here's the verdict.
Who is it? It's a split, and it's a red corner.
So Stephen Newns goes through to the second preliminary round in the 69-kilogram welterweight tournament. A split decision victory over John Moleni of Tonga, who played his part in what was a really entertaining contest.